everyone, Rob the Backyard Gardener here. Got a little bit of planting done since it's, I think it's past the last frost. We had some struggles. I'll show you what I did with my New Mexico Big Jims when I got them out here 2 weeks ago, and they didn't do too well. But I got a little planting done. Wanted to catch you guys up what's going on in the backyard garden. So let me take you around and show you what I've done so far. Thanks. So here's the New Mexico Big Jim. You know, I put these guys out here a few weeks ago to see if they do pretty good. I thought we were gonna have no more frost, and the frost destroyed the tops of most of these. They're just now starting to come back a little bit. The ironic thing is, the plant in this corner did the best, and I guess because it was closest to the house, or it was closest to this shelter, but it didn't do as bad. But anyway, they look pretty poor. I brought out my Caribbean blend pepper. I do have a few Caribbean blend peppers to pull off it still, so I'll be doing that. One coming in there. I had to get this sucker outside. I've been toying with it, and it's been getting aphids pretty bad. You know, I made the big mistake of bringing aphids into my house, and the indoor grow room has been a struggle all season. We'll see how many of these pepper plants actually make it. I've also brought out my red Savina, so we'll see how it does. It had aphids, and I treated them and killed the aphids, but damaged the leaves in the process. But that's what happens when you try to treat aphids on young plants. I do have a couple of elephant garlic that has sprouted indoors, and I brought them outside. It's not really the season for it, but I'm only just going to grow them for their tops, cut the greens, and cook up with them. These are my Brandywine tomatoes. I do have 3 of them right now. One there, and one there. I only got 3 of the 6 seeds to sprout, so this is what I got out here. We'll see if they make it. These guys are going to have to come out really about 2 to 3 weeks earlier than I still want, but we'll see how they do. And in this bed, I got the orange Roussellinis. I got one here. I've got one here. And I've got another one over here. And I've planted these 3 right here, and I'll show you the other ones real quick. I've got a mystery tomato. Now this bed, which I'll show you a better shot here in a moment, was where I had my cherry tomatoes last year. So I'm thinking that's a cherry tomato. We're gonna let it grow because I like that it's coming in here. We also have some black cherry tomatoes. One there, and one there. And what I did is I intertwined some of these bamboos to create kind of a grow pole for these guys. I also love basil. I should have thinned these out, guys. Each of these little plants has a couple in them. But you know what? If I only get this row to be it single plants, that's fine. We go through a lot of basil. If you watched my videos last year, I went through a ton. So we have literally 33, I think. Planted 40 seeds, I think all but a few sprouted. But anyway, I'm probably gonna have to thin these out, like I said, but we'll see how they go. And if I get them all to grow together, that's fine too. Over here I have my butter bowl lettuce and my salad bowl lettuce, as well as some cilantro. I've been picking at these. They've been doing pretty good being outside. I brought these out during the cold season about 3 weeks ago, and they seem to have survived. Still no sprout yet on my Yukon potatoes, planted 3-7. So it's been 19 days on these. It takes about 30 days to come up out of the soil for this deep. I planted these potatoes way down here, about 3 inches off the bottom. So they've got about 8 inches to go, 10 inches to go. So it is what it is, but nothing's grown there. I do, however, have some sprouts on my Yukon, the 2 potato seeds that I put in 5 days later. I don't know if you guys can read that. The lighting's never great out here for my camera, but 3/12 is when I planted these. And if you look, we've got some sprouts here already. I also have my red chieftain, which is in front of these, and we just now are starting to get some sprouts, as well as a bigger one here. So looks like the potatoes are coming through already. So that was the original side of my backyard. Now I'm going to take you over to the other side where I built the greenhouse, added some extra flower beds. We'll give you a look at that. Things aren't going as great as I would like, but what do you do? Let's go take a look. So this is the other side of my garden where I built the greenhouse. But in the meantime, I'll show you what we got going back here. I do have a mystery squash. Don't know what it is. I moved it from the other side of the house over here when I noticed it came up through my mulch. So it could be I guess it could be a lot of things. It could be a zucchini, it could be a yellow squash, could be a kabocha squash, could be an acorn squash, could be a butternut squash. We eat all those, and I pretty much throw the pulp into the mulch. Sometimes they sprout and I toss them out, and sometimes, like this one, I decide to see what it is. Anyway, got a mystery one there. We do have some garlic that's, you know, it's done fine. This was the garlic that I planted last year, and it came up this year. Don't know when I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna let it go all the way until it dies. I'll be trimming the tops of these off, not all the way, but probably the top 6 inches, just to use the greens. And guys, the rabbits did a number on my broccoli. This is the broccoli I planted just a few weeks ago out here, and yeah, look at that. I knew I probably should have put my fences up around back here, but they got them, so we're in trouble on the broccoli situation. I'll see if they come back to life, and if they do, I'll put some rabbit guards up, but looks like they're goners. And then, if you recall, I planted that sweet potato over here, and it's doing just fine, growing good. It'll be a while before I get anything out of that, though. Over here, we do have a blackberry vine coming in, and this is one of my potato patches. So I've got a mix of Texas russet, a mix of regular russet, Yukon, and even some red potatoes back here. They're all coming up. You can see all these ones back here were planted about a month and a half ago, maybe about a month and a half ago. And these ones were planted about 2 to 2.5 months ago. So getting close to getting to have those pulled. They're even starting to flower a little bit. If I see if I can zoom in on these, they're even starting to get a little flowers on them, and that's usually an indication that the potatoes are forming down there pretty good. So maybe in the next 2 weeks to a month, I'll be able to get a harvest video on them. Not rushing it though. I'll wait till these suckers flower out, die down, and die off. And over here, we got some Thompson grapevines. I'll be adding some vine trellises in a few weeks. I chose this wall for these two because these grow almost 20 feet, and we got some height over here. Whereas the blackberries grow about 8 to 10 feet, and we don't have as much height. So that's why I did that. I think I do have a couple of mammoth sunflower seeds that sprouted indoors. This is their first day outside. I don't know if they'll make it, but we're giving them a shot. I planted them deep, so we'll see how they do. We'd like to get some bees back on this side. The bees don't know about this side of the yard. And I guess we'll take you inside the greenhouse real quick. All right, let's go in. I got myself a little stool so I can relax in here. Still have the early jalapeno peppers. Guys, the aphids have gone crazy. I cannot kill them. I don't know if it's the greenhouse that's helping them multiply quick. I've sprayed a bunch of stuff on them, and it's like, I don't know if I'm helping the plants or hurting them. You can see my white habanero plant is yellowing leaves compared to the greener ones on these because this got hit the hardest. Let me see if I can zoom in on this for you, and you can see the sheer number of aphids that is just ridiculous. I mean, look at this. Pathetic. Sad, really. I cannot kill them. I spray them down, most of them die, they come back. If someone's got a trick, let me know. I may have to literally just baby these plants until it gets so hot in here they all die anyway, and just get the last harvest that I can on them. You know, they're still producing peppers. If I were to look around on here, I mean, the peppers are still, despite all the aphids, peppers are still coming in, but it's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly. I mean, look at the bottom of that. They're all dead. Most of them are dead. Some new ones in there again, but I can't stop them. Good news is they're still producing despite the holding on for dear life. So sorry about the dirty hands. I've been touching everything. So anyway, we got that, and we do actually have, if I recall, yeah, we got a couple of squash coming in. I think we got some back there as well. And another one that opened up down there. That's about it. No zucchini, guys. The aphids are getting on these now too. I don't know if I can zoom in and see here, but yeah, you can see a few of them. See the aphids? So, looking like I'm gonna have to pull a lot of these out because the case of the aphids has been too much. So, we'll see. New Mexico big Jims, despite the aphids are still growing pretty good. We got quite a few big peppers on here, obviously. You can see them everywhere on here, so that's good. Peppers everywhere amongst the aphids. And the serranos. Got lots of serranos despite all these aphids too. I don't know if you can get a good shot of these, but they're everywhere. And it's kind of sad. If these plants were healthy and the aphids weren't here, they'd be producing like crazy. That's why they don't have a lot of foliage. They don't have a lot of foliage because the aphids kill them, bite into them. They weaken them. You can even see a few on the bottom of that one. Weaken them, and you know how it goes. If they don't have a lot of foliage, then they can't really produce more flowers or keep their flowers or produce more fruit. Anyway, that's that. It's hot in this place today. Man, it's real hot. It's 93 degrees and it's 70 outside. Anyway, that's the update of the greenhouse. Sorry it's not going too well as far as the gardening this year. You know, lesson learned, do not bring in outdoor plants into your indoor grow room. If you do, you better wash them off good. You better wash the roots. You better start with new soil. Bringing in that outside soil, I don't know what happened, but it's been a rough start to the grow season. As far as healthy plants, they're still productive. They're still going to be able to produce some things that I need, but they just don't look the prettiest. And so I'm going to be clearing out my grow room. I still have a lot of super hots, compliments of Kang Star as far as the seeds are concerned that have sprouted. They're not doing that great. I've had to fight aphids with them too. So over the next couple weeks, I'm probably going to have to get all the plants out here, give or take however it is. The aphids do more damage than I can control, then it is what it is. I'll have to start all over again with fresh soil, fresh seeds inside, and we'll see how it goes. Until next update, thanks.